time to put flooring in. We have life-proof flooring, and I wanted to talk about some of the tools that you'll need to install flooring. The first thing that I have here is just a Mora knife, because sometimes when you're going around an object, like for example the threshold on the door, you need a knife to kind of shave in some areas. So a knife is a good tool. Obviously a tape measure, because you got to measure things. I use the mechanical pencil, the same one that I used to build this whole house. So some sort of mechanical pencil or carpenter pencil, so you can mark where you need to cut the boards and stuff. You do need a dead blow hammer. So this is a sand-filled soft dead hammer. So you don't want to use a metal hammer on flooring like this, you'll damage it. You do need a block of wood so that you can put it up against the pieces and hit this, so you're not actually banging on the pieces of flooring and damaging that. And you also can use a pull tool. Now what this is it looks like a pry bar kind of, but what this does is this has these little soft feet right here, and what this does is this hooks the flooring when you get up close to an edge, like you're close to a wall and you can't hit the flooring. So you'll use this to hook the flooring, and it gives you this distance away so you can actually get the hammer in here and tighten up the flooring against a wall. So this is called a pull tool. You'll need that. It's a pull bar. I'm going to have some Mickey Mouse ears, ear protection, because I am going to be using my circular saw, 6.5 inch cordless, whatever circular saw you want. I highly suggest that because you're going to need to cut some of these pieces. And then the last tool that I'd suggest is a speed square, so that you can hold this up against the pieces, get a good straight line, and use it as a guide to get your saw against, to get nice, clean, straight cuts. So that's really all the tools that I'm going to be using to lay down this flooring. This stuff is fantastic. I did go on this south side and on this east side, because this flooring calls for a 1/4 inch on each side. So if you look at a square, it needs a 1/4 inch on all 4 corners, on all 4 areas. And that's to allow for expansion and contraction. So I installed these small 1/4 inch strips against the bottom plate, so that when I put the flooring right up against that, I don't have to worry about measuring the 1/4 inch right there. When the flooring is in, I'll take those strips up and I'll have my perfect 1/4 inch spacing for, again, expansion and contraction. So that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna install flooring, and I'm so excited. Let's get this going. And we're really happy that the battery held up. I didn't know if it would. It's the Enduro battery. So I'm very happy about that. We are putting the last little piece in. Yeah! Our floor is installed. What a good feeling. Don't worry about this gap over here. It calls for 1/4 of an inch for breathing, but we're gonna have cabinets here. We're not worried about it. I think it looks fantastic. How does it look to you?
I think it looks amazing.
I was sweating.
And you have stuff all over your face too.
I was sweating and you got stuff. Let me see your shirt. Look at this shirt.
J-Dobo.
J-Dobo. Look at that.
Right, we're covered.
Let's take a look at this floor. Oh, what an amazing feeling. Let's get this camera down. Wow, holy smokes. That is beautiful.
Now the fun part, the final sweep.
Yeah, the final sweep. Wow, and I was getting nervous because I didn't know if I had enough battery. It just went red. We're down to 5%. Wow. So this little strip right here is what I was talking about. This little 1/4 inch strip. That helps me get the gap on this side. And I didn't use one on this side. I just measured and got it as close as I felt that it needed to be. So some of it's a little tighter, some of it's a little bit looser. But for the most part, everything looks good. I got some gaps right here, but then it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. The floor looks amazing. What a good feeling, and it didn't take us long. Thank you for all the help.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for such a beautiful floor.
Thank you. I could not have done this without this beautiful lady right here.
Aww.
She's the best helper, workmate, partner that a guy could ask for. This floor, I'm real emotional right now.
It is an honor to help you with this.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. The floor is in, folks.
It is.
We're happy. This is the block of wood that I use, just a little piece of cedar. And I'm gonna get all my toys out of the way and let Jean sweep away. What a beautiful feeling to have the floor in. It's crazy. I want to take a look right here. So there's another strip. It's a 1/4 inch, and then I had to do some little cuts right here by the door. Nothing too big. But when you think of the siding that we're going to put in here, it's going to be this thick. So it's going to cover those gaps pretty well. It's going to do a good job, even without that 1/4 inch. Because we're going to take these out. But yeah, oh, I'm so happy. What a good feeling.
It is. I love it.
I absolutely love it.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
I have a floor to sweep now.
Yeah. You have a floor to sweep. Look at all that dirty stuff. So this was because once I had a couple layers in, I got tired of going out and in and out and in just to cut. So I figured, well, to save some time, let's just cut it inside on the floor. Boy, those are tight and it looks beautiful.
It really does.
Wow, holy smokes. And we put it in pretty good time.
Oh, what time is it? I can tell you. Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
So a 12 by 12 tiny house, hour and a half.
Yep, because we started at noon. It's now 1:35.
Wow, holy smokes. That is just crazy. And the hour and a half is not how long it took me to do the first floor I've done. It took me 3 days. Of course, I had to repair subfloor. I had to do other things, but to do this in an hour and a half is wonderful. And it helped to have some experience. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So don't expect, if you're a first timer, to do it in an hour and a half. Give yourself a good day.
Wow. That is beautiful. The floor is beautiful too.
The wind was blowing the dust off of the dustpan.
Quicker than you could get it. So this gap up here, I'm not worried about it at all. Again, like I said, we're planning on putting a countertop here. So there's going to be there's going to be a sink right here below the window where my hand is. And so we're not worried about this. It's going to be hidden underneath cabinets. Wow, what a beautiful feeling to have a floor. I'm just really kind of emotional right now because this is a big step for us. You know, we come over here, we buy this land. We don't have any experience doing the whole complete thing in one crack. You know, like I've done everything, like I said in the first video. We've done little bits and pieces here and there, but we've never done a complete house. And to see this, and now we're seeing the floor, it is so emotional. And good emotions. What do you got there, babe?
I have our very first rug to lay down in our house.
First rug. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. Look at those colors. They even match the floor. Wow.
Picked it up at a yard sale for $2.
$2. That's such a good feeling. Wow, we have a floor. So now I'm going to just pull these strips off. Not going to show that, but there's 3 screws on each strip. It's a very simple process. I'm going to just pull those out. And the floor can ebb and flow as needed. And this is a nice feeling floor. Look at how tight these joints are. And I staggered them in case you didn't notice. I did a long and then I did 2 shorts and did a lot of cutting. And these joints are so tight. Everything looks tight. And in the event that we find one that's not tight, like maybe even this one, it's tight, but I'm just saying for an example, if you had one, you could go to the end of the row and use the tool, I think it's outside, but use that bar and then pop it back this way and you can tighten up things like this if they were loose. But I did a pretty good job keeping them tight as I installed, so we don't have none of that extra work to do. Looks really nice. I'm happy, very happy. So there's our tiny house with floor. And here is the aftermath of what it looks like after you put flooring in. Look at the strips, because I had to rip that last row. All the sections that we had to cut, little pieces for, this one was for around the door. But that's what it looks like. But holy smokes. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but we are just really proud of our floor. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to go. But I have a lot of foam left. And I thought, well, let me see if I can foam these areas right here. Hopefully this will work out. Hopefully this isn't a huge fail. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna find out together. I'm being honest with you guys. Let's see how it goes. I don't know what to think about that. I'll let it expand and then we'll take a look at it here in a few minutes. That stuff is pretty funny. Let's try this bottom one. See what it does here. That's interesting. And this can is almost out, so it didn't go as far as I thought it would. But it was fun to try. So, womp, womp, womp. Hey, but at least we're being honest. It kind of worked. If I'd had a couple more cans, it might have done a little bit better. But yeah, not the best idea.